Hey YouTube family, welcome back to the channel. This is your community, your support system, and your go-to source for the best work from home jobs out there. I believe that everyone deserves a career that lets them thrive and grow, and I've got the job leads and tips to share. So let's connect, support each other, and flexify too. And if you're curious about a particular career path, let us know down in the comments. Your suggestions help us create content that matters to you. I hear these leads calling your name, so let's get checked in. Today's list features a special request from a community member who asked about remote nurse case management roles. A huge shout out to our community member who inspired this research. I'm excited to share a promising lead from a well known company. Let's dive in. CVS Health has several remote nurse case management roles available. As part of the clinical services team, you'll enjoy a standard 8:30 to 5 shift in the time zone in which you reside and the freedom to work anywhere. Training is provided, and this telephonic role involves collaborating with patients and their care teams for fully and self-insured clients. Let's take a look. The requirements of the role is that you have 5 years of RN experience with hospital and specialty care experience. That is preferred and not required. So the specialty care experience is preferred and it is not required. You have to have an unrestricted nursing license in non-compact states and also be open to the idea of obtaining a compact nursing license in those states where it is required. Have experience with electronic documentation, working with multiple computer screens, strong typing skills, 1 year, preferably not required though, but preferably in oncology, behavioral health, maternity, transplant, or working in medical surgical units. Experience with utilization review, have a CCM, Certified Case Manager certification, and URAC credentials, and all of those are preferred. Bilingualism is also a plus. The education is a high school diploma or associate's degree in nursing or higher, but you do have to be a registered nurse for this role. The typical pay range is $54,095.60 to $129,600. The pay range represents the base hourly rate or base annual full-time salary for positions within the job grade in which this position falls, and the actual base salary offer will depend on a variety of factors, including experience, education, where you live, geography, and other relevant factors. This position at CVS Health is also bonus, commission, and short-term incentive program eligible, in addition to the base pay range. So, in addition to the salary, the candidate, if selected, would enjoy a full range of medical, dental, and vision benefits, 401k, retirement savings plan, and an employee stock purchase plan is also available. Fully paid term life insurance, short-term and long-term disability benefits, numerous well-being programs, education assistance, free development courses, CVS store discount, and discount programs with participating partners. And time off for the company, CVS offers paid time off or vacation pay, as well as paid holidays throughout the calendar year. And a number of paid holidays and sick time and other time off are provided, consistent with the relevant state law and company policy. So going over this particular position, I really hope this works out for the community member who asked for the research for this role. And I encourage any of my family, a YouTube family that's watching, if you have a specific career path that you're looking for a role in that is remote, please drop that in the comments. I'll be glad to do the work for you. Let's take a look at the application. So here, CVS Health has a pretty straightforward talent community profile, which is optional. You are not required to complete this profile, but if you're interested, You certainly could. You would attach your resume, enter your first, last name, email address, and mobile phone, your zip code, your LinkedIn profile, which is LinkedIn profile is not required, your current job title or your current company that you're working at or your past company. And then you could select multiple roles that you have an interest in within the CVS company. And then are you open? They want to know if you're open to a career change at this particular time. Again, this is optional, it's not required. But if you set up this profile, what typically happens is once this information or data is collected, it is funneled through the system, and then the system has the capability to match your information or your data with up and coming roles that are within the CVS um, family. So consider that as an option before you move on to the application. At this time, we're going to click no thanks and continue to apply. And CVS Health, and I actually already have it populated here, utilizes the Workday system for application submissions. Previously, they were not always on the Workday platform. It was Taleo that they used for the application platform, but they now use Workday. The nice thing about Workday is that you can attach your resume and the information is parsed out. What I do notice though, in after you create your account and attach your resume for the parsing, you do want to go back through the application to make sure that the information um, is integral, meaning that it's populated in the correct areas before you do a submission. The entire process for the application submission, if you have a resume already developed, will take you probably about 15 to 18 minutes. Once you go through the regular steps of, giving your source, how you found out about the particular role, and then going through and just kind of making sure that what's populated from your resume and what was parsed is accurate. You'll have your regular EEO1 questions at the end, and then you will click submit. You'll review your information and then submit your application. But again, to that community member who specifically asked for a job lead in this particular area, I'm going to continue sourcing for you. I just want you to know that if you're watching this video today, that community member who asked for this particular lead and any other nurse case management roles that I come across that are remote, I'm certainly going to showcase them in my future videos for you. But keep those requests coming. I review each and everything that is written in the comments. That's our way to engage, and it's the way that I can continue to develop content that matters to you. Okay, moving on to our next role. Oh, let me back up. I'm moving relatively quickly here, but I did go to Glassdoor to look at what the sentiment is for CVS Health and employees that currently or previously worked there. And at this time, the company sentiment is 3.7. As you can see, 98% of the reviews that are posted here on Glassdoor approve of Karen S. Lynch as their CEO and Karen's vision in terms of leadership in the company. So we're well past the halfway mark of the reviews that we have in terms of the sentiment about the company. 83% would recommend working at CVS Health to a friend. And just to go through what we have here in terms of data that was collected, the ratings by demographics is available for your review. And then just to kind of touch upon a couple of the reviews here, benefits, it says pro, great healthcare benefits for employees, cons, the pay is very low and could be better. Um, this is a former employee in the state of Arizona. And then we see here the pros were great collaborative teams and remote work environment. Cons is a cookie cutter model. And this individual, that's a current employee, uh, indicates that the cookie cutter model will pigeonhole employees into positions. So the thing to take into consideration when reading these reviews is that we cannot please everyone, and no company that you go to is absolutely perfect, but it can definitely be the fit for you. When you are being interviewed, that is your opportunity to interview that company. You're not the only one that is that has something at stake there. or they're not the only ones who has something at stake. You do as well. You are reviewing that company and trying to determine the health of the company through the questions that you ask when you're given the opportunity. So just remember that. Okay, moving on to our next career. Excuse me, our next job lead. We have one call care management, and one call care management provides services to clients in the insurance arena as well as other arenas. So, for example, one call could provide contract a transportation service for a specific client. Um, it could in the insurance arena. It could be typically it's property and casualty, but they have other ventures as well. But they are well known within the insurance industry. And so, one call care management has a a services coordinator one position that caught my eye. I love how this role clearly outlined your responsibilities. And so they've actually weighted those responsibilities out. But first, we want to get to the good part. And so we have the salary range, which is 17.49 to 25.35 an hour. Um, and the compensation range takes into account the wide range of factors that are considered in making compensation decisions, not limited to just skill sets, experience, and training. Also, they take into account any licensures and certifications that you have and other business and organizational needs. The benefits summary, and we appreciate One Call Care Management showcasing this before they even get into talking about the roles, responsibilities in the medical services coordinator one role. So this is a fully remote position, competitive wages with opportunities to earn annual merit increases, paid development hours to use for professional and community development. They have a paid time off program, 8 company holidays, and 2 personal days per year, a $1,000 college referral program, enterprise recognition program rewarding employees for their extraordinary work, discounts on travel, activities, and merchandise via the work discount program. They have a colleague assistance program that provides free counseling and financial services. One Call has tuition reimbursement program, including certifications, medical, dental, and vision, pre-tax flexible spending and health savings accounts, 401k matching, company paid life insurance, company paid short term and long term disability, a employee referral program. So it sounds like there's some kind of reward that you or incentive you may receive if your referral is hired. Health concierge, and the One Call Foundation, which helps colleagues during unexpected emergencies from car accidents and natural disasters. So it definitely sounds like One Call Care Management takes care of their employees. So we're going to move along to the responsibilities of the Medical Services Coordinator one position. 70% is customer care, handling client escalations, identifying process improvement opportunities, and embody One Call's core values. 10% is collaboration, that's building positive relationships with internal colleagues and business units and external clients. And lastly, administration is 20% of the role. Research, analyzing, providing resolutions to low to moderate inquiries within a reasonable turnaround time. Um, Detail oriented individual for inputting client notes so that it reduces the need for clarification or follow up. Running reports, interpreting data, and providing action based items on the same. They have a KPIs established that you have to meet within your role. Navigating multiple software systems to provide information for inquiries, and demonstrating the understanding of HIPAA and other regulatory requirements that apply to daily work interactions. And so, in terms of experience that One Call is looking for, is 2 years post high school education or 3 years experience is required for this role. Associate or bachelor's degree is preferable, so it's preferred, it's not required. or the equivalent combination of education, training, and work experience. General knowledge and skills abilities, able to work independently, be proficient, high level of computer navigation and operation skills, proficient verbal and written communication skills, proficient customer service skills that build client satisfaction, and knowledge of the company's product, services, and business operations to enable resolution of inquiries. So this particular role stands out to me. Not to mention, this is not the only role that's open at one call. There were a number of opportunities that are exciting. So it was Director of Provider Contracting, Medical Services Coordinator 1, which we just went over. They have a lead specialist role, which is also remote. They have a colleague resource center generalist, two locations available. It does not appear that that is a work from home role. They need a senior accountant. They have a care coordinator role that's actually part time in Jacksonville, Florida. They need a provider data management coordinator. Let's take a look at the care coordinator one for workers' compensation. I see that there are four roles open. All have been posted around mid May, and they're work from home. So let's take a look at that. This role pays $16.49 to $18.75 per hour. We've been through the benefits, which mirror the very first role that we talked about, which was the Medical Services Coordinator 1. And in this particular role, the duties are customer care is 80%. So there's 10 more percent of customer care interaction than it is with the Medical Services Coordinator 1. You serve as the initial contact for inbound and outbound client inquiries, following standard scripts and procedures, working under close supervision. So there's probably a team lead that supervises the team. Address routine questions and inquiries, escalating more technical issues to the appropriate support team, and demonstrate the 7 pillars of exceptional care in serving clients. Collaboration, 10%, working amongst your colleagues as well as the external clients. Prompt, accurate, and clear information delivery to clients, and then consult with senior peers and leadership on items that require clarification. And then 10% administration, documentation within the system that's clear and concise, navigating multiple software systems, demonstrating an understanding of HIPAA, adhering to established operating procedures, and meet or exceed the established KPIs. This role requires 0 to 2 years of customer service experience or equivalent combination of education, training, and work experience. So again, it mirrors in terms of the general knowledge, skills, and abilities, be able to work independently, have effective people skills, good verbal and communication skills, excellent customer service skills, and knowledge of one-cause products. I just wanted to peruse through that so that you could see that there were some other roles open. Let's take a look at the application. And so here we see it's the biographic information, your email. They give you their EEO statement. You upload your resume. You give your contact information. It is highly probable that when you upload your resume, based upon what I'm seeing here, it's going to parse out some information. If it doesn't, you can click the link under each category to enter your information. It does appear that this employer is looking for a cover letter. It is not indicating that the cover letter is mandatory, but I'm just going to pause here to kind of go off topic just to say I am seeing more and more in the easier applications or the more simplified applications, I should say, that employers are requesting a cover letter. And so you may want to research online if you don't already have one. But more and more, as I look through do the research and look through these particular job leads, the employers are asking for that cover letter. You also have the option to type that manually. So it just asks you very basic questions. Your age, if you're 18 years or older, do you require sponsorship? What type of employment are you looking for, full-time or part-time? We did see that there is a full-time, there are full-time positions, but there are also part-time positions for those of you who are not looking for full-time. the highest level of education, how many words per minute do you type, what's your desired salary, have you ever worked at one call, how did you hear about the position, and then their conflict of interest statement, and then you simply let them know if you agree or disagree with the conflict of interest. They have the affirmative action statement, along with the veteran statement, and then also the text message acknowledgement. So what that tells me here, although there's not much information provided about the text message acknowledgement, it's probably going to be a situation is once you complete the application, you'll receive an email, and then I would encourage you to keep a watch on your cell phone because it that implies to me that there may be text message communication that comes through with the application process. And then you can also let them know if you want them to consider you for other positions and allow your information to be searchable within their system. So again, this is almost like CVS where you could join the talent pool. And so once you allow your data to funnel through the system, as roles come available, the system can actually source you out based upon your qualification. And then you click submit. So that's easy enough. And then what I did for one call, I wanted to take a look at the reviews for this particular company. So I used in her site. This is very similar to the Glassdoors and the comparably sites that give their opinions about different companies. So we see that one call has a 3.8 star rating. And so when we see the ratings here, management opportunities 4.2, women in leadership 4.5, equal opportunities for men and women 4.2. People seem really happy with the pay time off, the ability to telecommute. I know that's a huge benefit. Everyone, there are many, I won't say everyone, but there are a number of people who are looking for remote opportunities. And one call has a great number of them. And that's refreshing. Learning opportunities 3.5, salary satisfaction 3.5, wellness initiatives, sponsorship or mentorship programs is 3.2. So overall, it shows that the employees are fairly happy with the benefits and the culture at One Call Care Management. So I encourage you to check it out. And if you apply for that role, believe you are qualified, I encourage you make the submission. If you believe you are qualified, make the submission. And then see how it pans out from there. Okay, moving right along, our next one here is going to be, I'm going to move this over if I can, because I have one under here, and it is Clipboard Health is our next opportunity. So Clipboard Health is a startup company, and it's been remote first since day one. For this particular video, my research was laser focused on companies that have always been remote, as opposed to those companies that decided to adopt the remote working as a result of the pandemic and thereafter. Um, so, Clipboard Health again is a remote first company, and they're backed by Y Combinator. They actually I think the last 2 to 3 years in a row are part of their top 100 companies for Y Combinator. And Y Combinator does evaluations on many startups in the market. So Clipboard Health is rapidly growing, and right now they're in their Series C funding. And so Series C funding, and they're, the funding, the Series funding, and this is kind of going off topic, but I want to explain that to you. The Series funding for startups can go to a number of letters. There's a Series A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It can go out to Series N funding. And so those rounds of funding are when there are investors and capital and people pouring capital into the actual startup itself. And then over time, many of those startups do an IPO and go public, and they enter the New York Stock Exchange. So that is some that's going off topic, and it's probably too much information, but I wanted to explain that since I brought forth the word Series C. So as we look at Clipboard Health, this is a company that matches talent acquisition in the healthcare arena. And so we have here some information, front-facing information on their website that talks about where the company stands today in terms of their profitability and where their finances are, that they've been 100% remote since day one. Their founder is on that front-facing page for Clipboard Health, and she actually has a video available that you can listen to and learn a little bit more about her. And that's probably a really important point to listen to that, because if you're called for an interview, you definitely want to be able to speak to that and give and drop a few tidbits to the recruiter about what you know. And so Clipboard Health is very focused on their values, and they actually map those out here front facing on their website. And so it's probably good to take a look at these particular values and know something about them as well. And then life at Clipboard Health, 100% remote work, unlimited paid time off, and competitive family leave options. In a previous video, I spoke about the unlimited paid time off, and typically there is a capped number of days that follow the unlimited paid time off policy. And if there's a need to exceed those number of days, it does require director level or above approval. So let's click join our team. So here with Clipboard Health, it's really unique because the opportunities, and I was pleasantly surprised with this particular company because there were a number of roles. It's global, not only in the U.S., but as we see here, we see Colombia, the Philippines, South America, India, Jamaica, South Africa, Mexico, Romania, Poland, Argentina, Brazil, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Greece, Belize, Canada, Fiji, Singapore, Malaysia, New Zealand. So this is really an exciting company. This is great because it has it's really diverse in ethnicity. So that's a plus. That's another added plus, I should say. But there are several roles here that actually caught my eye. The first one being the customer support team leader. Let's scroll down to that. And that falls up under the work operations department. And so the customer support leader role is perfect for someone who wants to coach, provide feedback, and manage a team. That is what this role is going to be, or this role entails. The responsibilities are escalations, attendance and productivity management and tracking, performance management, workload balancing, um, team morale, and team building activities. And so when we look at the experience for this particular role, 2 years of team leader experience that you've directly led and supervised a team, 2 years of coaching experience. You've been directly responsible for helping others improve their performance, and 2 years of customer service experience where you have been in a customer facing position. And as we see, this is a fully remote position. Clipboard Health operates 24/7. That makes sense because Um, they're in the arena of healthcare, so hospitals, as we all know. There's some urgent cares that are 24 hours as well. They operate 24/7 and follow a rotating roster. And the expectation is that an individual should be available to overlap with Eastern Standard Time and Pacific Standard time zones. So keep that in mind. They're looking for you to overlap. That means you may have to stay over, or you may be working a little bit later into the day if you have an Eastern Standard Time schedule. So example, if you're working 11 to 8 PST, that is going to translate to 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I just want to highlight that so that you can be prepared for that if you're interested in applying for this opportunity. And then also, Clipboard Health is looking for the incumbent to be able to accommodate weekend shifts. So this particular role does entail weekends. Um, and it looks like weekend shifts if needed in case of any emergency. So just keep that in mind. That's a question that you would really want to clarify with the recruiter when you speak with them. Um, are the weekends required? How many weekends per year? Perhaps it's on a rotating schedule, depending upon how many team leads are in the pool. Sometimes that may pan out to once a month or once a quarter, but that is definitely a question that you want to clarify when you're called for that interview. And also, Clipboard Health is looking for a person that would have the flexibility to take leave on other days of the week, meaning that particular statement is saying it may not be a straight Monday through Friday schedule. And so if you're needing a direct Monday through Friday schedule with certain shifts, this role may not be the one specifically for you, but there are some who are in my community that it very well may be. Um, it also may be that you are having days off during the week so that you can accommodate having the necessity to work on the weekend. So just take that into account if this particular role piques your interest. That's those are very important points there that I wanted to bring up in what I've researched. Let's move down to the application. And so here is a very simplified application. Um, we can apply with LinkedIn if that's your preference. That's not required. You don't have to apply with LinkedIn. You can do a manual application with your name, email, and phone. Attach a resume, and here we go again. Attach your cover letter. And so this is popping up more and more in the simplified applications. Your LinkedIn profile is not required if you decide to do it manually. Um, if you have a website that you'd like to share, perhaps maybe you're an entrepreneur or you own or you just have a website for something different other than owning your own business, you're very welcome to put it there, but it is not mandatory. They want to know about your citizenship. Are you authorized to work from your current location where you live? Have you previously worked for the company? What's your expected compensation? And do you have 2 years team leader experience where you were directly responsible for and supervised a team? And I encourage you to answer that question authentically. And then if you could please confirm and read the following system requirements. So they have a link to look at the system requirements. And so they give it here, steady power and internet. So you have to have a steady internet connection, the RAM of 12 gigs, 16 gigabytes is recommended. You need a Core i5, 8th generation or higher laptop or desktop to apply for this role. So just to let you know, and that's good information. And then here, Clipboard Health also wants to know how many years of experience you have working on any CRM systems, and that's computer systems. So none less than 2 years, more than 2 years, and then you click and submit your application. And as these applications or these employers begin to frequently ask for cover letters, again, I will reiterate it may be a good idea that you get one drafted if you don't have one already. We're going to click back into the additional open roles and we're going to look at the trust and safety analyst. So here we see that the responsibilities for the trust and safety analyst is that you're going to directly engage with customers on both sides of the marketplace while investigating safety incidents, manage and maintain communication on multiple platforms, deliver high quality service while providing satisfactory resolution, identify unreported safety issues and classify them accurately with the incident tracker, meet trust and safety SLAs, ensure timely turnaround times, develop safety initiatives and tools to keep the client safe and reduce the overall incidents, and then develop safety tools and features for the clients, drive policy norms within the marketplace, and new policies to address known and unknown safety issues, lead cross-functional collaboration with customer support, operations, product, customer success, and legal. And that's just to say, work in tandem with those particular departments while you're developing or building out the safety policies um, or safety procedures. Develop metrics for trust and safety success. You're going to monitor and report on safety and compliance metrics as well as analyze trends and safety data. Come up with solutions. So identify where are the problem areas within the clients or even with the business at hand, and then also develop some resolutions of how to resolve those. Drive continuous efforts to improve incident reporting process. Remain knowledgeable on product updates and ensure audited team members are utilizing the correct organizational information, and be a subject matter expert on trust and safety policies and procedures internally. So the requirements: 3 years experience in a customer facing role, ability to investigate and resolve customer incidents with empathy and action, possess the I can handle anything mentality, and have extremely sound judgment, ability to handle multiple cross-functional projects, and ability to launch policies and features to enhance platform safety. Be self-motivated, strong attention to detail, identify patterns of behavior and indications of abuse, and ethical and unbiased integrity and decision-making abilities. Preferred, not required, is 3 to 5 years in trust and safety or risk management, and the ability to leverage statistical tools and techniques to analyze, interpret, display, and present data. And so, in that last line about statistical tools, they're likely talking about Power BI. That is really a hot, I don't want to say hot, that is really, it's a skill set or an application that employers are really honing in on. And I'm seeing it listed more and more in the job opportunities that I'm researching, in companies that I'm researching. So that is a true commodity to an individual who is versed in Power BI, or SQL is another one, if you're versed in that. And it's all about, those are data analytical tools. The application is exactly the same. There's let me not say exactly the same. The application differs slightly because there are more in-depth questions on this one for the trust and safety role, and that makes sense because of the area that this role sits in. So, can you share an example of a policy that you disagreed with at a past organization? Why did you disagree with the policy, and what specifically would you change? And they're asking that you review their culture hub. And what about the Clipboard Health product or culture stands out to you, and why? And do you require, they want to know about your visa sponsorship. Do you require that? and then your expected compensation. We know about the system requirements from looking at the previous role, and then here you let them know if your setup matches their requirements, um, or if it does not yet match the requirements. So when I see does not yet match the requirements, that means they will give you the opportunity, if you were selected as a candidate, to get up to speed and match their requirements. And then you click submit. If this opportunity interests you, I encourage you to review it, look at the other opportunities that are available on the job board. There are a number of them, they're all remote. This is an exciting company, they're up and coming, and they're doing really well. And so, if you're looking for that remote role, Clipboard Health just might be for you. Based upon the benefits we read about, it sounds like Clipboard Health takes care of their employees. The salary is not posted, but you can certainly discuss that if you're contacted by one of their recruiters. Thank you so much for tuning in. Your support means the world. If you're loving the content and want more, consider subscribing to my channel and let's keep the good vibes going. Until next time, be kind, keep it positive, and remember a great weight ethic is just as important as a great work ethic. I'll catch you in the next weekly video.